A while back, I read about the Sony XM5 earbuds and some of the changes you're expected to get based on initial rumors. Now that some time has passed, we finally got full renders of them, and it seems that Sony is going all in to make them as comfortable as possible. As a previous owner of the Sony XM4 earbuds, I can undoubtedly say that as much as I wanted to like them, they just were not comfortable. They were big and bulky, which made them press against my ear, and the foam ear tips they used just felt inferior to the typical silicone ear tips that they used in the past. That being said, it seems that Sony is listening to feedback and is completely re-engineering them to be significantly smaller than before. I've seen people in the past recommend the lower tier LinkBuds S over the XM4s simply because of their more compact design. But it seems that from both a size and design perspective, Sony has taken quite a few cues from the LinkBuds S for the XM5s. They still stick out almost as much as the XM4s, but the overall size of the bud itself is way smaller, which means it should have a harder time pressing up against people's ears, as well as make it easier for people with smaller ears to use and enjoy them. But size, or lack thereof, isn't the only thing Sony's going for this year. According to leaked specs, the XM5s will supposedly weigh 5.9 grams, which is 1.4 grams lighter than the XM4s. When it comes to earbuds, that much of a weight difference is significant. Not only that, but Sony is also looking to be angling the quote-unquote nozzle that sticks in your ear slightly downward to make them more ergonomic. That being said, it looks to be retaining the foam ear tips from the last generation as well, which weren't my favorite at all. They were either too small and creating an uneven seal, which affected noise canceling, or they were too big and they hurt my ear canals. Hopefully the redesigned nozzles will help to alleviate this. But comfort isn't the only thing that's getting completely redone. Sony's also giving them a complete design overhaul. I wasn't a big fan of the matte plastics used on the XM4s as they felt incredibly cheap, and the case felt like I could just snap the lid off at any moment. That being said, it seems like Sony is changing things up this time around. Instead of going for the rounder, more bulbous design with matte plastics, Sony's instead implementing a teardrop-shaped design with both matte and glossy plastics, matte on the outer touchpad area and glossy everywhere else. Sony also looks to be cleaning up the design of it by removing a lot of the seams between the different elements, so it looks a lot sleeker overall. Not only that, but it also looks like Sony is redesigning the case with angular corners and a typical circular LED rather than the LED strip from the XM4s. And from the pictures, the case almost looks to be a bit bigger as well, but this may just end up being an illusion as the earbuds almost look to be sitting up higher due to them being smaller. The cavities in the lid support this since they look shallower than before. One way or another, the XM5s look set up to be a strong upgrade over the XM4s, and if Sony follows their typical release schedule, they should hopefully come out sometime next month or in August. This week's question I have for you guys is, how important is comfort to you when it comes to earbuds? If that was the only improvement over the XM5s, would it be worth the upgrade to you? Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all around. Adios.